Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Melissa and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is stop buying specialty diet foods. Stop buying the Atkin shakes or the Weight Watchers meals or the Premier protein bars or the Quest chips. It's overpriced. It's unnecessary. I have lost 140, I'm trying to think, 148 pounds as of this morning in under a year. And the only specialty diet food I get is the low carb tortillas. Not because I do low carb, but because they are lower in calories. I mean, significantly lower in calories. So, and I can use them for other things. Like I use them as like a pizza crust, and it just, sorry, it gives me options. They are like $2 to $4 a package for the street size tacos. Normally, like I think they're 4 retail. I was getting them for 2 when I first started getting them. Now I'm lucky if I can find them for 3. But I go through a package of those every 7 to 10 days, and it is my splurge. However, my $4 package of tortillas is nothing compared to a $4 and some odd cents microwave TV dinner that says Atkins on it. If you look, they still have lots of sodium. And I am sorry, but I was looking, so I was wanting to do a series, and I was comparing healthy choice meals because it was an easier one, and I was kind of familiar with it. And I had tried a couple of their meals when I was working because I was like, you know what? I was like, something easy I can, throw in the freezer at work and I can make real quick, and I'm fine and it's easy and blah, 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 right? And they did not taste that great. I mean, they weren't bad, but they're not spectacular. And so then when I was like researching, because I was like, you know what, I was like, I bet you I can figure out the approximate portions of these meals. And I was able to, because it tells you how many grams of protein. And I know that in a meal with pasta and chicken, the chicken is the protein. And I know how many grams of protein are in chicken breast. So it was a pretty easy calculation to figure out once I got going. But like, I think it was the beef merlot, I don't know, some sort of beef dish where you would expect it to have like steak or chuck roast or something in it. I can't remember. It had like a processed congealed beef product. So like that meat you're eating, it's like this weird pressed junk. So you're paying way too much for highly processed food. And you can eat, I mean, it's not hard. I mean, does it take longer to cook something in the oven? Yeah. But does it take a lot of prep? No, not really. I mean, I frequently, like, let's look at some of my sides. My roast potatoes, I can get a package of those. I normally get them for like $2 for a pound and a half or so, a pound to a pound and a half, but because they're on sale. But even like $3 or $4 regular price, that's going to last you several meals. And it's not hard. I spray some cooking spray on, put some of my seasoned salt, pop them in the oven for 25 minutes. So 30 seconds of prep. And I mean, I don't sit there and stare at the oven and wait for them to be done. I go about my day and do other things and, wait for the oven to ding, and it dings, and then I take them out and ta-da, I have my potatoes. Another thing that, pasta. You're boiling water and then you have to pay attention to it for 4 to 10 minutes, depending on the pasta you make. I normally do angel hair or cavatappi or something, but not that hard. Rice, same thing. It's pretty, you don't really have to watch it. And for those of you who are like, but I don't have a rice cooker, you don't need a rice cooker. I cook my rice in my wok and it's fine. I mean, if you have a rice cooker, great. I had one and I loved it. And then I don't remember what happened. I don't know if I lost it in a move or it broke or what, but it used to be great because I like could do anything in it. So then I got 2 different replacement ones. Both of them sucked. And so then I gave up on having a rice cooker and just went back to the wok. So I, sides are really easy. Most of my meat is either cooked on the grill or in the oven. Again, super easy, not a lot of work. Most of my meals cost 50 cents to $1.50 depending on the meal. So not much at all. I know my breakfast is under $1 because I did the math on it a while back, but I don't remember how much it is. Maybe around 75 cents if I remember correctly. And then lunch is probably my most expensive one because I've been on a granola bar kick lately. And so I probably eat like $1 worth of granola bars at work. But I also am there for that's like my highest calorie meal because like I eat throughout the day whenever I like start to feel like I need energy. But granola bars, apple, couple of cheese sticks, couple of hard-boiled eggs, so pretty cheap. And then I have like a yogurt for $1 a day. I mean, like, really, I can eat for an entire day for less than what I would spend on one Atkins meal. So I just feel like all that specialty diet food, the shakes and the microwave dinners and the protein bars and the fancy expensive granola bars, they're just not necessary. Like I said, I have, and I'm still losing approximately, if I keep on my like calories and everything and make sure I don't dip too low or go too high or eat a bunch of junk food, and I pay attention to what I'm eating, then I am still losing probably close to half a pound a day. So about 3 to 3.5 pounds a week on most good weeks. So, and I've been at it for a year. So I feel like it can definitely be done. I don't really work out. I do shipped though, and I'm the crazy girl who's running through the stores. Like, they all know at some points where I all of a sudden am rushing, so I'll like be running down the aisles and like the people who work there know, okay, she's late and she doesn't want to be late because like my stats are everything. I freak out about my stats because if your stats go low, then you don't get as many orders. It's like a horrible thing. But I just feel like diet food is just not worth it. Eat real food. Find some healthy recipes. I have some even on this channel. I'll see if I can find some and link them. But like the thing I make with the chicken bacon ranch, that's like super low calorie. I have omelets a lot. Okay, so omelets are a little more labor intensive. But grilling season's coming. I'll clean up the grill and I'll be cooking out a lot. But I mean, even like if you looked at the beginning, like at the beginning of my diet, I had burgers and brats. I mean, like But the thing is I had one 4-ounce burger and I ate it on bread, which I cut like one slice of bread in half, and that was just, again, calories more than anything. Or I had a sausage with a healthy side. And that's the thing, is a lot of people are like, oh, well, I can't have, this anymore. And you're right. You can't sit there and have brats for dinner, but you can have a brat. Um, and the thing is that, and I think a lot of the time, I know as Americans, we have these huge portions and all you can eat buffets and everything else, and it's just, we consume so much in every aspect of our lives, and food is no different. And we've let our surroundings dictate, and like now we have like these huge plates, and huge breakfasts on the farm. Yeah, that was one thing when you're going out, like huge farm breakfast, for crying out loud. They'd already done like 3 hours of heavy work, and then they came in and they ate, and then they went back out and they worked the rest of the day. So they needed those calories. But I'm sorry. I see people like, I have been a server for years at numerous different restaurants, and our portions are huge. Europeans frequently, when they come to America, order off the child's menu because they feel like that is a full meal, and it is. And you know it is, and you don't need all of this extra. You don't need to have huge heaping plates of food. You need to just have enough. So getting a diet shake is not the answer. You know what my number one thing is? Okay, well, I'm not going to reach back and get it because it would be really awkward for me to grab it right now, but is a scale. Go out and spend 10, $20 on a nice little digital scale. Mine does grams, kilograms, ounces and pounds, and milliliters. So I don't know how you're going to measure milliliters on a scale. I never use it for that. Some convenient things that I've done. I could eat a lot of pasta and marinara. I eat a lot of marinara in general. So I figured out how many ounces or were, like, how much it weighed for the, what is it, like a half cup or whatever serving. I can't remember what the serving is now, but I figured out how much it weighed, and then I just base it on weight, so I don't have to dirty a measuring cup each time. Same with rice. And then frequently too, because I have the grams, I can do it with grams. Like cheese comes in grams. It's like a 28-gram serving. So I use the grams. So the scale is, a one-time purchase, and batteries every so often. I think I've had to replace the batteries in it once. But again, I have lost 148 pounds. It hasn't even been a full year. I mean, it's almost a year. It's, I'm 10-ish days away from the year mark, 10 or 11 days away. I don't get diet food. I don't get diet shakes. It can be done. Regardless of what you do, it's not going to be easy. But eat real food instead. Don't get the diet shakes. You don't need them. Those are just a money grab. And this thing, start looking at things, they're money grabs. anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Along the way, I'll also share some recipes and maybe DIYs. If it ever warms up, I'm going to make a solar oven. But if you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe. If you want to know when I post, go ahead and hit that bell notification, and YouTube will let you know. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.